We're at Kohl's. I'm not gonna look around. I was looking at the bathing suits. I'm gonna show you all some bathing suits that I really liked. I'm looking to see where I parked them over here. This little barbecue set because my husband said he was going to get a barbecue thing when we get home. I'll have to show it some other time because I am so hungry. TMI, I threw up this morning. I drank some milk with my cereal and yeah, this is the second time this happens. I have a milk intolerance, so I started buying lactose-free milk, and it was working really good for me throughout the years, right? But all of a sudden, Saturday and today, it gave me like a sour stomach, and the milk is good. The milk lasts for like over a month. But for some reason I have sour stomach. And I was looking at, I came into this order and I was looking at the bathing suits and I really like those. But you know what I don't like is that it shows like all your hoo-ha. And I don't like that either, you know what I mean? I like to keep that to myself. And I know at the beach there's plenty of that. Why is she stopping? Oh, I was about to honk at her. So I decided, you know what, let me show everyone these bathing suits that I really like. I'm probably gonna have to go online. There's this one website that Squirrel Tribe, Michelle from Squirrel Tribe, that she suggested, and it's called Capshi, I believe. And it does have some really, oh, there's a clinic where I'm gonna have to come on the 20th next week. There's some really nice bathing suits there, but they're very similar to these. So I'm like, if I can get it at Kohl's, I'll just get it over here rather than ordering from there. It's a Target website. If I sound weird, you all, I'm sorry. I don't feel well, and as I mentioned, I threw up earlier. And also I am hungry. It's one of those, I don't know if you all ever go through that where you don't feel well but you're hungry also. I don't know, I just don't feel good. But I wanted to do something fun. Oh, look at that puppy. Puppies always make me feel better. Oh, so yeah, I got this for my husband. He's gonna try to get a barbecue pit this time around, but I don't know if it'll even be this weekend because we're going to get the truck, and that's another argument in itself. That's another reason I'm not feeling well either, because yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess, and he left everything for last minute. I wanted to take care of this since last week, and he kept saying no, we're gonna do this instead, and it'll be all right. And of course, now I'm the one that's going crazy. So I'm really upset with him right now, and it's not even like, I'm not even happy about picking up his gift, to be honest. I really am not, because yeah, he just about ruined the weekend, and he hasn't even gotten here yet, and he'll be here at 5. And that's exactly what I was telling my counselor this morning. I said, for some reason, he likes to wait till the rush hour for me to go pick him up. We'll have to get on the expressway, and everybody and their grandma's up there, and it's not very safe. Yet he's okay with me. I mean, he's not okay with me driving around here in town. He always wants me at home, you know. But yet, when it comes to something like that, oh, it's okay. And it's not okay with me. Just like he wants me to drive back from San Antonio, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I had a bad experience over there a long time ago, and yeah, the traffic over there is horrendous. It's worse than here, way worse. And you can get lost very easily, and you don't want to get lost. You'll end up somewhere where you don't want to be. And I'm talking about like the wrong side of town. Like we have bad neighborhoods here, however, you can get out of them really quick. And over there, it's totally different. The bad neighborhoods are bad. So yeah, I told him no, I'm not going to do it, you know. And then it pissed me off even more that he was like, well, why don't you have your younger son drive back? My younger son doesn't even drive himself to work. I take him. He's not very confident in driving just yet. He just got his license not too long ago. And no. Like, why would I have him? That was the stupidest idea I've ever heard in my life. Like, why would I have him do that? And so we've been arguing all morning too, which is, it's made my stomach hurt. Like, just talking about it right now, it's making my stomach hurt. And as soon as I walked into Kohl's, I was like, oh, look at the bathing suits, because we're supposed to go to the beach next month for my birthday. However, I'm to the point right now where I'm like, just don't even take me anywhere. I'm so fed up with you. I'm sick and tired of you. I hate you. Yeah, to that extreme. I hate you. Don't even take me anywhere. Just leave me here at home. Go get your fucking truck and leave me here at home, and leave me the hell alone. Like, I'm done with you. Like, I'm done. You know, and give me the money you owe me, and I'll freaking go live somewhere else. But I'm sick of this. You know, I'll get a job, whatever I need to do. But I'm sick of this. And we don't have to get a divorce, by the way, you all, because we're like married by common law. So I'm at that point already. I'm at that age, you know, like, I don't feel good all the time. I'm always sick, and I want to be happy. I want to enjoy my damn life. And I'm sick of this with him. Everything is a challenge, you know, and he never listens to me. If I ever tell him, let me do this before the deadline, and he's like, no. And then he waits to the last damn minute. He has the same bad habit as his mother. That's the way his mother is. They have the same bad habits. And believe you me, I hate it. I hate it. I'll be right back, you all. I'm here at the bank, and I'm gonna like go get his money out for his stupid truck. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna leave you all here. I'll put you all in here. I'll be right back. right? And just like that, $900 in my pocket. It's not even for me. Yeah, this is still going. It amazes me, you all, also that he can't pay me back, but all of a sudden he's come up with $2,900 because he's already put down $2,000 for this truck, and tomorrow he's going to put in another $900, and then he still owes about another $2,000 for the down payment. It amazes me, right? Like, he can come up with $5,000 in 2 months. He owes me $7,000, and he can't pay me not even $100 a month. And that really pisses me off. But yet when we argue, he's always like, oh, you can leave, you can get out, you can get the hell out, you can get the F out, blah, 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 blah. But yet, you know, I don't even know why I turned this way. I should have turned the other way. He can come up with this money for his damn truck. I can't leave until he pays me back. That way I can have some money to put, to get another apartment, you know? But, you know, and then he gets over it and he lets me, like, he'll leave me alone. But then we argue. We still argue because it's like I was telling my counselor. It's like, it seems like I'm repeating myself from this morning with my counselor, you know? Like, I wish I was lying, you all. I wish I was exaggerating. But I'm not. Like, this is actually happening in my life, and it's been happening for years already. For over 10 years with this person. There is no peace in this relationship. There never has been. There is some love, but not the way a relationship should be, where we put each other first. You know, it's more like I've been his personal assistant, you know, doing things for him all the time, representing him at his family's house when he's not here by going to these little events. And yet, when it comes to me, I don't ask anything of him other than just, you know, let's just pay our bills. That's it, you know? And I don't get anything in return. Nothing. And like, I was telling my counselor about this too, and I was like, whenever he comes home, right away, it's, oh, let me call my daughter to come over so we can see the baby, which I love to see the baby, you know, but where do I come in all this? Where do I fit in? Otherwise than you just coming home and asking me, did you take care of this? Did you pay this? Did you do this? Da 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 da. Are you going to pay this already? Are you going to do blah, 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 blah? Like a secretary, like a personal assistant. He can't even get my car washed. And I know I told you all that I like to do it, but I mean, when he's home, he could do that for me as a surprise. Here, let me get your car washed. No, it's an excuse. If I ask him about getting my car washed, I'll just hear an excuse after. It's gonna rain, it's gonna hail, it's gonna snow, even though it doesn't snow here, but he'll have an excuse as to why he cannot do it. And it doesn't get done. And then my car ends up dirty for like a month or two until I finally, like, I've had it, I gotta go wash it myself. And I go do it myself. It's supposed to rain next weekend. So he'll come up with that excuse like, well, if we wash it today, it's going to rain next weekend, and then it's going to get all dirty again. So I never get my way with anything, you all. I don't get my way. It's useless. It's wishful thinking all the time. And then, you know, his parents were going to drive us to San Antonio because they wanted to go over there. And a sudden his sister calls me, and she starts to question me like an interrogation about it. I'm sitting there at my desk, you know, paying bills, watching videos, listening to stuff going on, you know, in chats and stuff, and she calls me out of the blue, and I answer, and she comes up with like, oh, I heard you all were going to San Antonio on a vacation, and yada yada yada, and I'm like, what? You know, like, what is she talking about? And I heard that my parents were going too, and this and this and that, and I was like, well, no, they were just gonna like, they were gonna go over there, but I don't know if they're gonna go visit your aunt or your sister over there, but they were gonna come with us, and then your brother was just gonna pick up his truck, and then we were gonna come home. And she was like, oh, well, because he told us something different. He told us that you all were gonna go vacation up there, and so since I hadn't done any plans for Father's Day, I thought we could all go to Kickapoo. And Kickapoo is somewhere like going towards Oklahoma or outside of Oklahoma, somewhere over there. I've never been, but it's a gambling place. They're always advertising on TV, although I haven't seen it lately. But why would you want us to go to Kickapoo if we don't like to gamble? When we went to Vegas, I wanted to look around. I didn't want to be gambling. You know, we don't have money to throw away. Apparently they do. I don't. We don't. You know? And he didn't like Vegas. So if he didn't like Vegas, what the hell makes you think he's going to like Kickapoo? You know, like, what the hell? Like, this lady just really just threw me off. Like, I didn't know what the hell she was talking about. He never spoke to me about any vacation. And no, it wasn't a surprise. Don't even get your hopes up, you all. It's not like, well, man, maybe he was going to surprise you with a vacation. No, my husband does not surprise me with shit. Let's make that clear. The only thing he surprised me with is shit. Not with anything else. You know? He's not like the type to be like, get ready, I'm going to take you out to eat. No, he's the type that'll tell me a week in advance, we were going to go out to eat on this day so that you can know what to wear and everything. I'm preparing you. Okay. But he's not a last minute person with good surprises. He's a last minute with bad surprises, but not good surprises. So no, he wasn't going to surprise me with no vacation. And then he knows that I'm not even doing very well health-wise. So a vacation, taking me on a vacation would be the least bit on his mind. The furthest thing from his mind. The only reason I wanted to get like a bikini, sure, a bikini. A bathing suit is because he had already told me that we were going to go to the beach in July for my birthday. So see what I mean? That's in advance. He's not like going to come home and be like, oh, we're going to go on vacation. No, let's just make that clear. So, anyhow, is there a line here? We're having lunch on him now. He knows about it. This time I'm telling him. Other times I don't tell him. But this time he knows. I told him I was going to come get something. So then I told him, since I'm going to drive back, let's get a rental. But this was, like I said, I wanted to get a rental since last week. Hang on, you all. I think I'm going to... Oh, no. There's a line. So I'm going to have to wait. Let me get my wallet out. And he, like I said, he was just like, no. And then the parents, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, I left this part out. This is very important. When his sister called me, talking about a vacation and crap, all of a sudden he calls me later, like 2 hours later or so, and he's like, yeah, my parents are not going to drive us over there after all. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, they're too old. Get a rental. Look for a rental. And I'm like, am I living in the Twilight Zone? First your sister calls me, interrogating me about that. And now you're telling me like if it was all my idea, like if I said, oh, let's have your parents drive us over there. Yeah, let's not get a rental. What's a rental? I mean, all of a sudden now you're calling me and telling me this? Just take care of it. Just do it. Just do what I say. And I'm like, seriously? Son of a bitch? Like, really? Oh, you all don't know how pissed off I am. And yes, I called him a son of a bitch because he is. He is. And it doesn't help that I don't feel well right now. Like I mentioned, I threw up earlier. And then to have somebody stressing me out about getting a rental. And by the way, the only place that I found where we can get a rental the day before, we can't get it until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And he's already like, that's too late. Blah, blah, blah. Well, then I don't know what the hell you want to do. I'm not going to drive back by myself. So if you want to take a bus over there, feel free. Or better yet, why don't you have your meddling sister take you over there? Or maybe get you a rental for the next morning. Because apparently I cannot find one. I've already been to 2 enterprises. And I called Avis also. And they don't have anything. Hang on, y'all. Alright, I'm back. There's that little case for the barbecue utensils. But he can shove them all up his butthole for all I care. Because, yeah. I thought I'd surprise him with something like this year. But no, that's another thing, you all. I can never surprise him. Because anytime I have something for him, like for Valentine's Day, his birthday, which, by the way, his birthday's next week, right after Father's Day, yeah, he ruins it. He ruins it with his stupidity, and he thinks he's so brilliant, and I'm like, you think you're so brilliant and you're stupid as hell. You don't think about things in advance like I do. Like, I try to plan ahead. I try to take care of things ahead of time. Not you. No. You're always out there like waiting till oh no, we'll do it later. Later. Just like your mother. And then what happens? But your mother has your sister to drive her wherever the hell she wants. If she wants to go to Austin to see her sister, your sister will take her. That's not the way it is with us. So, I don't know. He already screwed up my weekend. My stomach hurts, like I said. I should have known he was going to pull his shit. I should have known. And I mean, it seems like I'm like lying, you know, because I told all this shit to my counselor this morning. I told her all this shit. I said, he likes to wait to the very last minute for everything. He waits till 5 o'clock to get here when he has all damn day long to get here, but he'll wait till 5 o'clock to tell me, I'm here. And I'm like, well, good for you. You're going to wait till 5:30 or 6 for me to go get you. I'm not driving in this heavy traffic right now. I'm not. And then I even told him, I'll go at 4:30 and I'll wait for you there. That way you'll get there right at 5. I'll already be there. Well, I'll let you know. Yeah, everything is, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. No, because this son of a bitch likes me to jump when he says jump. He likes to put me in predicaments that I am not comfortable with. And I'm sick of it, you all. I'm sick of it. How come you don't come up with something romantic? Like, oh, meet me there and then bring me some flowers or some shit. You know, like, no, he won't do that shit. All he does is fucking complain all the time, controlling, and then manipulates, gaslights, and now this. Now I have to wait to jump until he says so. I can't be there early. Hell no. I gotta go when all the traffic is out and about for his pleasure. He's a sadist, is what he is. He's a fucking sadist. Sorry, y'all, for the bad language. And I know you've all never heard me this angry, but I get angry. I do get angry. I'm normal. I'm human. And this guy just knows what buttons to really push. Other people have pushed my buttons before, but this guy, like, oh, he just knows the right ones to get me out of control. Like, ugh. It even pisses me off going to Kohl's right now. When I was picking up the order, you know, usually it gives you a number and it'll tell you what number to pick up your order at. Like, they have like little cubbies or something, and they'll put it in there, and then you just like check in. You put in the code when you're there, and then it'll tell you your order is in number 78. So you go to 78 and you get your order from there. Well, this time it didn't say it, so obviously I had to go to the customer service desk. And the first thing the lady asks, yes, ma'am. And she doesn't even look at me. Okay? She's doing something else. And she's like, yes, ma'am. And I'm like, oh, I'm here to pick up my order. What, is your order to pick up here at the desk, or is it over there where you put in your number? And I'm like, bitch, why the hell would I come to you if I had the number to go pick it up at? You really think I'm stupid? I know I'm Hispanic, but I'm not stupid. I'm not a pendeja. Like, I'm here because it doesn't have a number. So I patiently and cordially tried to tell her, look, there's no number here. I tried to look for one, and it doesn't say for me to check in, so that's why I came to the desk. And she's like, oh. And then she just like scans it with her machine, and she's like, oh, it is here. I'll be right back. Yeah, stupida, it's here. Why don't you think next time instead of talking to me like I'm the idiot? Ma'am. You know? And then she comes back with the order, and I'm like, thank you. And I just walk away, and that's when I started, looking at dresses and stuff. And then I said, you know what, let me record to show everybody these really pretty bathing suits. But to get my mind off of it, but since I'm already pissed off, it's too late. It's like I'm over the threshold already of being calm. So this is what you get. Oh. Well, guess what, you all? My friend is here. Do y'all want to hear him talk? Or, see, there's there's a rainbow at the end of the clouds, right? Or whatever it is, whatever the saying is. Anyway, hold on. Yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, our hands brushed. Thank you very much. However, of all days that he's here, when I look sick like a dog, how embarrassing. Oh, last time my hair was a mess and nobody ever told me. Of course, nobody was with me, but you all know what I mean. My hair was a mess, and I was like, holy cow, I can't believe I look like that at the window, and he was there. And this time, I have dark circles under my eyes. I look sick. And now it's like, oh, hello. How are you? Hi. Oh, you all. My crazy life. My crazy life. Oh, then to top it off, I don't want to be a downer. I know that you all enjoy me being angry, but today is actually the 5-year anniversary since my mom passed. So that's been weighing heavily on my mind as well. This past Saturday, I missed her a lot. And that's what I was telling my counselor. I said she knew how to make me feel better. Even if it was getting after me, she knew how to make me feel better. I get a lot of anxiety, going to the dentist, going to the doctor, anything medical. I get really bad anxiety. And I threw up Saturday also because of the anxiety. I throw up for everything, okay? I'm like that girl from Pitch Perfect. When she throws up, when she gets nervous, that's me. And, hang on, y'all. I forgot to ask for some red sauce. Okay? Yes, thank you. Oh, here you go. Okay, thank you. Okay, he's so nice. So anyway, yeah, and I had an appointment Saturday, medical. And I was like, man, Mom, I wish you were here, you know. Even if she were to tell me in Spanish, you know, like, ay, vas a estar bien. Ya no estés ahí preocupada. Todo va a salir bien. And I'm like, okay, I'm fine now, you know. And what she was saying, I'll translate it in English, is like, you'll be okay. Stop worrying. Everything's gonna come out all right. And I would believe her because she's a mom. Just like my kids believe me, I'm mom. And plus, moms, y'all probably agree with this. We have like a very powerful connection with God and prayer, and we really believe in prayer, and we know that prayer works. So that, you know, helps. But the only other person that has that effect on me, and I've spoken about this before, I think, is my older son. He is the only one. My younger son, poor baby, he's just like, when's the dinner? You know, like, oh, okay, you're going to go to the doctor, but are you going to get something to eat on the way home? Because I'm like really hungry. Like, that's his concern. He's my younger son, okay? He does worry about me, though. I'm not trying to make it seem like, oh, only my older son worries. No, he worries about me too. He sees me every day. He knows what I go through. But my older son is the type like, don't worry, Mom. Everything's going to be right. All right. And I believe him. I'll be like, okay, I'm good now. I'm good. You know, not for nothing, but I feel like my older son has a deeper connection with God than even I do. And I believe this because he used to not believe in God. He used to always curse at God. He didn't think there was a God. Until what needs to happen in your life for you to start believing, you go to prison. That's why when people say, how come all the prisoners find God in jail? That's why. And let me tell you, that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes that has to happen. God will come into our lives and do something. He'll shake it up to get you to the point where you're going to need him. And it could be with some sickness. It could be prison. It could be the loss of a loved one. But he's going to get your attention one way or another, and you're going to listen. And I hate to say it this way, but you're going to shut up and listen. And believe you me, I do. And that's what happened with my son. And I honestly feel, and I'm not saying that we don't have a strong connection with God, but I honestly feel that when people go through something like that, their connection is, I don't know, it's stronger. Their faith is stronger. And I'm not trying to compare faiths here, but I am saying is that, I don't know, for some reason, it just, they're closer, they have a closer connection, and their faith is stronger, and I don't know, they just have this power, you know, a power that I wish I had. And trust me, I'm trying to get there. But with all these things going on, it's hard, you know? Like the enemy knows where to poke you, just like my husband. You know, he knows where to poke you where it hurts, and he makes you go nuts sometimes. Yesterday, I was supposed to start a Zoom Bible study online, and, you know, the leader, she was just like, she had no self-awareness, poor thing, bless her heart, as everybody says. I logged on, and there was only like me and 3 other girls there, and there was a lady named Louise. Apparently Louise had trouble logging in, and the whole subject became about Louise for like 5 minutes, because that's all she would talk about, and Louise, and can anybody get a hold of Louise? Can anybody send a link to Louise? And it was all about Louise, right? And then she's like, okay, let's all introduce ourselves. So the other girls got to introduce themselves. When they got to me, I was barely saying, oh, well, my name is, and then she's like, I'm sorry, I'll be right back. I need to figure out about Louise. And I'm like, you're kidding me, you know? And then she comes back, and then she realizes that, you know, how rude that was to me, and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, Moon. I'm just gonna call myself Moon rather than the real name. I'm so sorry, Moon. I skipped over you, mamas. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Sorry about that. And she's like, oh, wait a minute. Did I tell you all that I'm going to go to a conference tomorrow, which is today? And I'm like, what? And she starts talking about that. So I didn't even get to introduce myself. And the next thing you know, she pulls out a book that's for the class. And I didn't get that memo either. She didn't email me like, oh, you need to go pick up this workbook over here and pay this much for it for our class. And I tried to ask her during the Zoom meeting, and she kept talking over me. She wouldn't let me ask anything. And I just kept raising my hand. I mean, where do I get this book? Where do I get this book? Where do I get the book? And that was me, you know. And finally I was just like, you know what? I'm out of here. And I clicked out and I left. And she didn't even hear that part, because I ended up sending her a message in the group chat. And I said, sorry, I left. I think there was something wrong with my audio. At least that's what I'm assuming, because I didn't get to introduce myself, and I didn't even get to ask about the book. Or rather, I did ask for the book, but nobody ever heard of me, so I just left. Next week is another week. I'll try to join that. And all she said was, oh, well, I sent a link to the book. No apology. Just, oh, I sent a link to the book. I'm not asking for the link to the book. I'm asking, where can I get my hands on a book like the one you have, like everybody else had. Everybody else was holding up their books, except for me. Why the hell do I want the link? I want the actual book, because you mentioned that there's work studies at the end of the chapters that we need to fill in. So why would I want the book online if I'm not going to be able to fill in the blanks? You know? And plus, it's up to me that I want the book. It's not up to you. Anyway, that made me mad too. But then I started like, okay, Moon, give her some grace. You know, don't be so mad at her. You know, maybe this is her first group, or she was just overwhelmed because of Louise, or whatever. You know, I tried to make excuses, but you know what, you all? I'm done making excuses for everybody. If you are coming across as an asshole, then you're just a fucking asshole. Sorry. I'm not going to make any more excuse for you. I'm not going to say, oh, she's really a nice person, or he's really a nice person. He was probably just off that day a bit. Maybe something else happened. Maybe something's going on at home. I don't give a shit anymore. I don't give a shit. We all have problems. We all get overwhelmed. But this is a huge responsibility to be a group leader. And you don't treat people like that. There's no excuse. I don't care if it's Louise. I don't care if it's Patty Joe. I don't care if it's Sally. I don't give a shit who is having trouble logging in. Let them figure it out. Continue with class. And don't be a disrespectful bitch. And I don't care if this is a church related or not church related. Stop being a disrespectful bitch. Get it together. Get it together and teach. Be a leader. Sorry, that's how I feel. That is how, no, you know what? I'm not sorry. I'm not apologizing. That's how I feel. Enough is enough of this bullshit already. With people coming up with excuses. Be motherfucking nice to everybody. Period, you know? And if you're having problems with something, with your system, your audio, whatever, tell us. Like, I'm willing to be patient and work with you all, but if y'all are going to be there interrupting me, then fuck you. I don't give a shit. I don't care what you're going through. Get it together. And you know what? My counselor suggested that I start leading a group. She's like, have you ever thought about leading a group? I'm like, hell no, because I'll probably bitch people out. Like, if somebody starts coming with their problems, I'm going to be like, this isn't counseling. This is Bible study. After group, you can reach out to me, email me. You know, we can talk about it. Or I'll give you my phone number. We can talk about it. I'll pray for you, and then that's it, you know. But this isn't going to be a weekly thing. This isn't going to be you coming into class with a problem every week, and it's going to be all about you. Sorry, but no, this isn't the class for it. You know, and that's me. You know, and why am I like this? Because this is the way I taught myself to heal myself in certain areas of my life. There was nobody growing up with me holding my hand as a child, let alone as an adult. And it just really, it rubs me the wrong way to see any adult now. Before I used to have sympathy for them, but not anymore. It rubs me the wrong way to see any adult bawling like a baby, acting like they have the worst problems ever because their son didn't take out the trash and they're going down the wrong path. That might be a little exaggeration, but you know what I mean. Or the husband doesn't cook dinner or whatever, like what I was bitching about. You know, I'm not going to go and start bawling and bawling and bawling like, oh, somebody help me, somebody talk to me during Bible study. No. Bible study is Bible study. Counseling is counseling. Your friends are your friends. If they're your friends, they'll listen to you, you know, cry about everything. But you need to find a point where you can get it together. You need to get it together for yourself, for your family, for your kids. You know, stop the BS. Hold it together for a while, and then at your weakest moment, go get on your knees in your prayer closet or in your bedroom, shut the door, get on your knees, and go to the Almighty with your problems. Well, Moon, you're going online with yours. I'm venting. It's okay to vent. Because if you don't vent and you hold it all in, that's when you'll explode. But believe you me, I did cry to my Father in heaven many a times. I have many a times. And I'm still learning to do that too, because sometimes I'm even thinking, God doesn't want to hear me complaining. He don't want to hear me bitching down here, you know. And I'll keep it to myself and I'll hold it in, and then all of a sudden I'll explode on my husband or my children, you know, because I'm like, I'm fed up with everything, you know. But I've never done that to a friend at church, let alone at a Bible study or even a friend. You know, I'll talk about it with a friend, but I won't like start yelling about my life or crying, you know, even though I really want to. Like, I almost cried when I got to the bank, but then I just like took a big gulp, swallowed my saliva, you know, and I'm like, get it together, you need to get down at the bank. And that's what I mean. Like, sometimes you need to do that. It's okay to show when you're weak, but also show when you're strong, so you can make somebody else strong too. Anyhow, thank you all for listening. And I apologize if I started out with a lot of bad words, cursing like a sailor. Like I said, I'm human, I'm normal, and it happens. It happens. It is what it is. Love you all. Look how windy it is today, but it's nice. It's really nice out today. Enjoy your, what's today? Thursday. Bye.